Today we're speaking with Sherry Lansing, the founder and chair of the Sherry Lansing Foundation, a philanthropic organization focused on cancer research, health, and education. She is co-founder of Stand Up to Cancer, for which the AACR is the sole scientific partner, and she's also a trustee of the AACR Foundation. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Lansing.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
How did you begin this legacy of cancer philanthropy? What inspired you?
You know, I think everybody else in the world was touched by cancer. I lost my mother when she was only 64 years old to ovarian cancer, and I remember feeling so helpless as I watched her battle this disease. And I literally watched the cancer eat her body. And it was such a terrible, painful disease and such a terrible, painful death. And I loved my mother very, very much, and I vowed in her memory to become a cancer advocate. So when I was 40 years old, I began in a very small way to try and find funding for scientists who were trying to find a cure for this terrible disease.
The AACR is so proud to be the scientific partner to Stand Up to Cancer. Can you talk about what it was like to establish SU2C?
Yes. SU2C started with a group of women who were also all touched by cancer, and some of our members are actually battling cancer today. And we came together and we wanted to do something different, and we started to dream, and we started to think, what can we do? And so at first we started thinking, well, maybe we'll do PSAs, and then we realized that everybody was doing PSAs. We started to think, what can we do that's different? And so someone said, well, why don't we do a telethon, and why don't we get one network to give us an hour of commercial-free time? And then, because we're from Hollywood, we began to dream even bigger. And we thought, well, what if we can get 2 networks? And if we can get 2 networks, what if we can get all 3 networks to give us what's called a roadblock, which is an hour of commercial-free time? And we can do a show that raises awareness about cancer and also raises a lot of money. And as you know, the rest is history. The network so generously gave us the roadblock, and we were able to raise over $100 million. But as good as that was, we started to dream again. And we said, all right, now we've got this very serious responsibility. So what if we can treat cancer like the Manhattan Project? What if we can do something that's really never been done before? What if we can get scientists, the best and the brightest scientists all over the world, to collaborate, just like the networks did? What if we can bring them together and create dream teams around certain areas of cancer research? And in fact, that's what we did. So it started with a dream, and I hope the dream of a cancer-free world will also exist someday.
Stand Up to Cancer has pioneered an innovative funding model that not only inspires collaboration, but also encourages translational, impactful discoveries. Can you discuss the successes of this program so far?
Yes, I can. Now, first of all, the program's just a year old, so I want to be very, very careful. The teams have come together under the guidance, obviously, of the Scientific Advisory Committee led by Dr. Phil Sharp. And from everything I've heard, it is the best and the brightest brought together from around the world to collaborate on certain areas of cancer research. There are 5 dream teams in existence as we speak, and they are loving collaborating. So that's already a big step forward. And the mission of our dream teams was that we wanted to fund science that was close to clinical trials. We wanted to do translational research, and some of our dream teams are already in clinical trials, and so far, so good. Do you know, there's hopeful results, there's early results, and we're trying to change the funding model. We're trying to say to the National Cancer Institute, this is another possible funding model, a collaborative funding model. This is something, if we can break down the silos. When I first started as a cancer advocate, I found that the doctor at one hospital didn't talk to the doctor at the other hospital, and often the doctor on the first floor didn't talk to the doctor on the second floor. And if you work separately, yes, of course you can do great things, but if you work together, you can do great things quicker and more efficiently. So that's what we're trying to do. We also have innovative grants, which are for out-of-the-box innovative ideas that wouldn't get funding anywhere else, and those grants are also just beginning. So I would have to say we're extremely pleased with the results so far. We're extremely pleased with the collaboration. We're blessed by our great scientific advisory committee. We're blessed by the AACR that guides everything, and we're just cautiously optimistic. I guess that's what I'd say.
What are your goals for Stand Up to Cancer in the coming years?
To end cancer. That's simply the goal that all of us have, to find a cure for this horrible disease, or to make it a chronic disease, a disease that you can live with, but to end its reign of terror.
Ms. Lansing, thank you so much.
Thank you.